Massachusetts woman convicted of involuntary manslaughter for convincing her boyfriend to take his own life is appealing her sentence. Attorneys for Michelle Carter win the Supreme Judicial Court today on her behalf. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado was in the courtroom, and she joins us now from Boston with the new developments.
Michelle Carter, who is now 22, did not appear in court today. Her appeal is now in the hands of the SJC. The 7 justices will decide whether to toss out or uphold her involuntary manslaughter conviction in the suicide death of her boyfriend.
Michelle Carter is the first person ever in Massachusetts or anywhere else to be convicted of involuntary manslaughter for verbally encouraging another person to commit suicide.
The highest court in Massachusetts hearing arguments from Michelle Carter's defense team that they should throw out her involuntary manslaughter conviction in the death of her boyfriend, Conrad Roy III.
Michelle Carter did not force Conrad Roy to kill himself. That was a tragic decision that he made.
The trial last June revolved around thousands of text messages she sent Roy, encouraging him to kill himself and discussing how to do it. He did it on July 12, 2014, using a generator in his truck in a Fairhaven parking lot. The trial judge, Lawrence Monis, explained he found her guilty not just because of those text messages, but because of this act.
When Ms. Carter realizes that Mr. Roy has exited the truck, she instructs him to get back into the truck.
The evidence for that, based on this text she sent her friend Sam saying, quote, "I was on the phone with him and he got out of the car because it was working and he got scared and I told him to get back in."
She would have known she had significant leverage over him, that if she had threatened to pull the plug on the attempt, that if nothing else would have gotten him out of the truck.
Defense attorney Daniel Marks says the text message isn't enough evidence.
We don't convict people based on uncorroborated confessions.
And now we wait for the justices to rule on this case. It could take months. Coming up new at 6, Michelle Carter's attorneys say they think the legislature should take action to clarify the law in light of this case. In Boston, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, Michelle Carter's appeal is now in the hands of Massachusetts' highest court. We've been tracking this case now for years. Last year, Carter was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for text messages sent to a friend who later committed suicide. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado was at Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court for today's arguments and has this report now from Boston.
This case revolves around whether Michelle Carter should be responsible for Conrad Roy's death, even if she was miles away when it happened.
Hear ye, hear ye.
The Supreme Judicial Court considering whether a trial judge was correct in finding Michelle Carter guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of Conrad Roy III in 2014. He died of carbon monoxide poisoning in his truck.
Our view is Michelle Carter can't be convicted of having killed Conrad Roy. It's a horrible thing that happened, but it wasn't something she caused to happen.
The case revolves around thousands of text messages where Carter encouraged Roy to take his own life. Carter's defense team argues this is basically assisted suicide, which is neither explicitly allowed nor banned in Massachusetts law.
There are all kinds of complicated questions here that really should be decided by the legislature. The statute should not be decided in the context of this very unusual and tragic situation.
But the Commonwealth argues the difference is that Carter coerced Roy to kill himself. And according to her own words in a text she sent to a friend after the fact, she told him to get back in his truck when it was filling with CO.
I think she would have known she had significant leverage over him, that if she had threatened to pull the plug on the attempt, that if nothing else would have gotten him out of the truck.
Michelle Carter did not attend the arguments today. Her sentence has been delayed until after her appeal. If she loses here at the SJC, her attorneys could take her case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. In Boston, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.